Did you know a black woman invented products millions of people use every single day, but America made sure she didn't profit from them? Have you heard of Mary Beatrice Kenner? They called her the inventor America used, but never paid. Follow if you've never heard this story. Millions of people benefit from her ideas. Almost no one knows her name. Mary Beatrice Kenner was born in 1912 into a family of inventors. Creativity ran in her blood. From a young age, she was designing, sketching, and improving everyday objects. Not as a hobby, but as a way to solve real problems people lived with every day. In the early 20th century, Kenner focused on practical innovations most companies ignored or avoided: menstrual care, mobility assistance, and household hygiene. These weren't flashy ideas, they were necessary ones, and they worked. Let's be clear about that. Mary Beatrice Kenner did not fail. Her inventions were effective, they were usable, they were ahead of their time. What failed her was access. Again and again, companies showed interest in her designs, meetings were scheduled, conversations moved forward, hope appeared, and then everything stopped. Once manufacturers discovered that the inventor behind these ideas was a black woman, doors quietly closed, funding disappeared, contracts vanished, production was denied, not because the inventions were flawed, but because the system was. Kenner struggled for years to afford patent fees, often delaying or losing opportunities, while others with fewer ideas and more privilege moved freely through the innovation pipeline. Even when she successfully secured patents, there was no protection from being ignored, bypassed, or replaced. Meanwhile, the ideas lived on. Her concepts entered American homes. They became everyday products. People used them without ever knowing who created them. Pads and hygiene solutions, mobility aids, household tools designed for dignity and ease. The inventions were welcomed. The inventor was excluded. This is where the story becomes bigger than one woman. Mary Beatrice Kenner's life exposes a pattern, one repeated throughout American history. Innovation is celebrated, but ownership is restricted. Ideas are praised, but inventors are denied credit, profit, and protection, especially when those inventors are black women. Kenner wasn't asking for charity. She wasn't asking for shortcuts. She was asking for the same access others were freely given. And she never stopped inventing, despite rejection, despite erasure, despite watching her ideas reshape daily life while she remained locked out of the wealth they generated. Once you understand how this system worked, how brilliance could be used without being rewarded, you'll never look at everyday products the same way again. This story isn't here to make you angry. It's here to make you aware. Because truth is the only way patterns stop repeating. Follow us to uncover more hidden black stories. Comment if you'd like to hear more about Mary Beatrice Kenner.